ho, 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 ho. Thank you for joining me on today's episode of the Frequency Podcast. You are joined with what used to be your floral father, but as of this weekend, I am now a floral father, for I am a minister of the Lord. I receive his message, receive his teachings, and broadcast it to the world for you to find salvation and grace and continue to restore and build upon your faith for our Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you. Imagine, bro. I mean, to be honest, I really am a father now. I have brought a whole new definition to floral father because I am the floral father. I can do weddings, I can do bar mitzvahs, I can do funerals, I can do all this shit now because I'm official as fuck, my boy. I'm official as fuck. Imagine, bro, you hire a father, a reverend, if you will, a minister. That's technically what I am now. I am a minister, and you hire a minister for your funeral, and he comes up. This body is now with the Lord. He is now among the children of Christ, up in heaven with the Father and the Messiah. May he rest in fucking peace. And I just be throwing F-bombs and babosadas at your funeral, bro. Yeah, I don't know how popular I'll be amongst the ministerial community, among the community of reverends and fathers and all those guys, but I've joined them, and that's pretty fucking cool, bro. As always, I just took a sip of that spicy water, of that TV static water. As always, welcome back to the Frequency Podcast. Welcome back to La Frequencia. If I ever rebrand this podcast, just know it's not going to be anything so crazy. It's not going to be a complete overhaul of the podcast. It's literally just going to go from English to Spanish. If I ever rebrand, it's going to go from the Frequency Podcast to La Frecuencia Podcast. And and it's going to be fire, but we're not there yet. We're doing good. We got good momentum. I'm your floral father, the floral father, and this is Negrito Baby over here doing calisthenics or something. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, what a cute little guy. Anyways, we got a lot to cover in today's podcast, man, and I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be in the seat once again, and I'm happy, before we start, that you guys are joining me. As always, I want to give a big shout out to you, the people. My last podcast was received super well, man, and it was nice to know that I still have a community of people that really fuck with the vision, fam. I can't believe I said that. That was so fucking YOLO swag 2012, bro. Damn, dog, you fuck with the vision, fam. Oh, Negrito's got some words to say. What is it, Negrito? Okay. Te quiero mucho, mijo. Man, you guys remember when he used to stay planted in that seat through the whole podcast? And now he appears for like 5 minutes and he's like, all right, I'll accept my payment now. Give me treats and cuddles and kisses. That's my payment. But 5 minutes max. That's what you get. Damn, he's turned into a diva. Being the star of a podcast has really gotten to his head. He's got a big old fucking head now. He's a diva. But that's still my negro, and I still love him. Anyways, as I was saying, thank you guys for tuning in. It's amazing that even after a long hiatus, we still have a pretty tight-knit community here at the Frequency. We still have a lot of people watching, listening, and I had a lot of people hit me up in the DM saying, welcome back. It's good to have you back. Happy you're back. Whatever you went through, man, I'm happy. It's in the past. It's a relic of the past. It's a glimmer in the Lord's eye of the fucking past, for lack of a better word. When you can't think of any other word for past, bro. But yeah, man, I'm thankful for you guys for tuning in. And I feel like in the last episode, obviously I was explaining why I was gone, what had happened, and it was a lot of negativity. There was a lot of focusing on negative aspects that were happening in my life, and I kind of want to flip the script for today's podcast because I want to focus on some things that I'm grateful for. I want to focus more so on some positive notes and just update you guys on what's been going on in my life. Because this past weekend, bro, this past week/weekend, I felt like the busiest man in the world, bro. My life went from down here to like, man, this is okay, to like, damn. The universe said, hey, bro, thanks for being a trooper and sticking along and powering through everything we threw at you. Here's some blessings. Here's abundance. Here's everything you could ever want in your life. The universe said that. Diosito said that as he was making me a reverend, as he was literally knighting me to become one of his ministers, to become a soldier of the Lord. He knighted me and he said, here's some blessings. Take these with you. You're going to need these, my boy. And then he, boom, booted me out of heaven or whatever. I was already here, but it's been blessings on blessings on blessings. And the first blessing starts with you guys. So thank you for tuning in. Now, this weekend, bro, let's start with blessing numero uno, besides you guys. So technically, blessing numero dos. As you guys know, I just bought a car. That's a down payment. That's expensive. I just bought a laptop. I bought it outright. I'm not doing payments. I don't want to owe fucking any mortgages or loans or any fucking debts to Steve Jobs. He ain't even around, bro. Why am I going to be paying him like that? Just continuously subscription fee for a new laptop. I'm not doing that shit. So I bought it right, like just straight out, right out. And after that, the wallet was hurting. The wallet was hurting. Like I said in the last podcast, thankfully, finances were good enough to be able to front a laptop, to front a down payment for a car, to continue doing payments to, obviously I live in LA. Rent ain't cheap, baby. Rent ain't cheap. We in a recession, playboy. Rent ain't cheap. Raising two gatitos isn't cheap, but I luckily was in what is it? A bull market, and I'm not gonna get on here and pretend I know shit about stocks, bro, but it's like a bull market and some other shit. Whatever. We were in the dip, bro. We were in the dip. When it comes to my finances, we were dip, but now stock prices are back up. We're getting back up because when the wallet was hurting and the wallet was begging for some change to be tossed in, the Lord said, here you go, my boy, blessings. And that kind of started after I bought my car, after I bought my laptop. Work kind of just started picking up, man. You guys know that I don't know who okayed this, but they let my goofy ass be in commercials, and they let my, they deem me cute enough to be a model. And so that's what I do out here in LA for money. Most of the time is modeling in commercials, and work just kind of kicked off in the last month, bro. It started with a commercial for Black and Mild tobacco. If you guys know the company, shit, man. Me and this company go way back because back in the high school era Floral Frequency. I didn't even go by Floral Frequency at the time. This was Esta Bay. Esta Bay in his prime. If you really know me, you know that was my first artist name, nickname. Everything was Esta Bay in the fucking booth now. That was your boy. And in the Esta Bay era, bro, I remember getting out of class and buying Black and Milds and then gutting them, bro. This is before people caught on to just buying wraps or whatever. You would buy the pack of Black and Milds because they were so cheap. You would gut them, do some fucking surgical practices on this Black and Mild. You would dissect these motherfuckers and get all the tobacco out and then just replace it with some marijuana, the devil's lettuce, some Mary Jane, and you would roll that up. And bro, I smoked like a fucking chimney in high school. If my parents are just now finding this out, sorry, but that's what you do in your developmental teen years, bro. You experiment and you try a lot of shit out. And me and the homies, we would get high as kites. We would be soaring. Playboy, up with the seagulls and the eagles. And then past that now with Diosito. Well, maybe not with Diosito, because if you're hanging out with Diosito, you probably died. Sometimes I'd get so high that I thought I was gonna die, but it's just paranoia. And that's one of the biggest reasons I stopped smoking weed. I don't partake now, but Esta Bay era, that motherfucker was high all the time. And after school, bro, we would roll Black and Milds. So fast forward to today, about a few weeks ago when my agent texted me and he goes, hey, you booked Black and Mild. You booked a commercial for Black and Mild and Esta Bay era me, the little high school boy that's still alive, the little scene kid that's alive inside of me still. was ecstatic, was over the moon, bro. I thought that was the coolest commercial ever. I also thought it was fucking hilarious, now that I'm thinking about it, that of course the year I stopped smoking, I stopped vaping, I stopped, I never really smoked cigarettes, but I don't smoke cigarettes at all. I don't vape at all. I don't smoke anything. My lungs are pure. My lungs have been reformed. My lungs have been reformed. And of course, the year I cut that shit out of my life is the year I book a commercial for for a tobacco product for Black and Mild. And I thought that was hilarious. Call me a sellout, if you will, because that's literally the definition of a sellout, I think, is like supporting and backing a product that you don't even partake in or that you're not for. But I have nothing against people that smoke. And hey, man, a motherfucker's got to pay the bills. Am I right? A motherfucker has to pay the bills out here. So we booked that, and that was a nice little supplement of income for this month, especially after the laptop, the car, everything. That was a nice little supplement, and I got to spoon feed my wallet real quick and say, hey, buddy, you know, the Lord is looking out for us. And that's something Coco said. I don't think he's a very religious dude, but I think Coco has faith in a higher power. And he told me, he said, hey, man, the Lord's watching out for you. He said, even with everything you're going through, you still managed to book a job, make some money. He said, Lord's looking out. So I truly believe that. The Lord, the universe, there's a higher power that's looking out for me. And then right after that, bro, I know there's a higher power looking out for me because I booked another job, bro. Right after that, probably like a week or two later, boom, another one. And I truly just feel blessed, man, that it was in that rapid of a succession. I kind of just made my money back for the laptop and the car. And now I have money to actually invest into the car payment. I guess that's an investment because I'm paying off the car to own it. And then, you know, pay rent, continue to feed my cat children, mis gatito babies, continue to, you know, not really struggle financially. I'm always living under my means, you know, I try to, and I understand, especially now, that finances can be tough, bro, in this economy with everything that's happening with fucking gas prices. That's one thing, now that I have a car again, that I did not fucking miss was these gas prices, especially out here in California, man. It's ridiculous. But as Coco said, the Lord is looking out for you, bro. And so I booked another commercial right after that. And my plans for this past weekend was to go to my brother's wedding. And we'll get into that story in a little bit, but that was my plans. I was going to leave on the 19th. His wedding was on the 21st. I was going to come back the 22nd. And then my agent called me on the 17th. And he goes, hey, man, what are you doing on the 19th? And first of all, my agent never calls me. He don't call me. We are not phone people. He straight up told me when I got signed, he's like, I hate phone calls. They're not my favorite thing to do. He's like, if I got to get a hold of you, I'll email you. And so if he needs to get a hold of me, he emails me. If he needs to get a hold of me faster, he texts me. But bling, bling, I peep the phone. Agent, my boy, my agent. And I go, oh, man, what is this? And so I answer, and I was like, hey, what's up, man? And he's like, I could just hear the excitement in his voice. He said, what are you doing on the 19th? And I was like, nothing. Knowing damn well that's the day I was going to leave to Vegas to go to my brother's wedding. I was like, nothing, man. What's up? I was like, is my boy about to ask me out? What's happening? What's the problem? And he goes, you're working for on the 19th. Wow, really? He goes, you're working for I'll send you the rate. I'll send you everything. Congratulations. And I was like, man, this is awesome. And my agent sounds excited. And he said, hey, you know, this was the funniest thing. He said, I know I doubted you about the hair at first, but man, you completely proved me wrong. He's like, I'm so proud of you. He's like, you're on fire right now. Keep killing the game. And he's like, you're making money, so add a new headshot to your LA casting, to your casting profile with the bleach hair, please. And I said, why we got to add a new headshot? Catfishing all these casting directors and everybody, catfishing all these companies has worked thus far. We're booking, baby. And it's gotten to the point where we're booking consistently. So I was eternally grateful, man. And I love my agent, bro. I love my agent for just, believing in me and continuing to just push, send me out, send me auditions, get me out there. I feel like I've really formed an amazing bond with this agent. It feels more personal, and it's my boy Russell, bro. I'll go ahead and shout him out right here. He's one fucking hell of a class act, dude, and he really is amazing, bro. It feels good to have someone like that on my side, to have someone believing in me. I mentioned to him a while back that I wanted to get into modeling, and he was like, yeah, we'll see. And now that I'm booking a lot of commercials and stuff, even before I booked these 2 commercials, he's like, hey, man, if you really want to get into modeling, he's like, I'm going to go ahead and give you a chance. Come into the office. Let's take some digitals. Let's take a video of you doing some runway. Let's get some pics with your shirt off, and let's see what we can do. I'm going to try to push you in the modeling scene, because right now it's mainly commercials that he's pushing me for. So it feels good to be, A, listened to, B, believed in, and to have someone that's as invested in my career as I am, But anyways, I booked, and that was one hell of a fucking shoot, man. I've said the company name a couple times, but I don't think I'm actually allowed to say it until it comes out. So I'm going to give you guys a hint for what it is. I'm going to bleep out the name and give you guys a hint. It's a big company, tech giant, and it rhymes with frugal. It rhymes with frugal. So I pull up to the frugal shoot, and it's hilarious, bro, because my call time's at 12 p.m. I get there at 12 p.m. I meet my whole cast that I'm going to be shooting with, and I've worked a lot of sets. I've worked on a lot of sets. I've worked with a lot of brands, companies, whatever. And bro, the chemistry and the cast that they had for this frugal set was a top shelf, bro. Creme de la creme. All these cats. It was a good selection of guys, girls, theys, thems, all sorts of, it was so vast and diverse. They had everything. Of course, it's frugal. So, they want to be inclusive and all this shit. They want to look good in the eyes of the public. So they have, Mexicans, they have gay kids, they have Asian women, Asian men, black people. Just, they have literally, it's a nice melting pot of culture there. And everybody was so cool and so down to earth. I've worked on a lot of sets where you have people that are just divas. You have people that can be assholes. You have people that are self-centered, only like to talk about them. And on this set, bro, we became a family so goddamn quick. This was the first set I've worked on where I wanted to get everyone's Instagram, and I wanted to keep in touch with them and know what's happening in their lives, because they were so down to earth, bro, and they were just so fun to interact with. And I think we really got this experience to bond and become a nice little tight-knit family, because like I said, my call time was at 12 p.m., and we didn't actually start working until 8 o'clock at night. We were there for 8 hours just chilling. Just chilling, going to craft services, eating. We got fed lunch. I can't tell you how many green machines I fucking drank. I was peeing green by the end of the night, bro. I was peeing Shrek. I was peeing like I was Shrek. I had Shrek piss coming out the baby schlug every time I would go use the restroom, bro. And it was ridiculous, but when we weren't eating and we weren't drinking and we weren't, consuming and indulging, we were just hanging out and getting to know each other. And this was a set full of some real class acts, bro. I wish I could shout them all out, but it was a fat group of us. It was a fat group of us because it was a party scene. That's what the scene was. And then finally, when 8 o'clock rolls around, bro, after I'm basically 8 o'clock rolls around and they're like, hey, Esteban, gather you and your extended family now and let's shoot the scene. And so the scene is basically a rooftop party in Los Angeles. It's a LA rooftop party, and it's at night and it's raining. Somebody had the fabulous idea. They were like, hey, what if they're throwing a party outside in the pouring rain? This was like, bro, the rain was coming out, and you're probably like, how did they get rain? This is Los Angeles. They're doing the Lord's work out here. Someone's playing God. They have a water pump guy playing God. They made it rain. If you've ever been to Universal Studios and you take the tram tour and then you get to El Pueblito de Mexico, you pull up in El Pueblito de Mexico that they got set up there. It's where they film like Big Fat Liar and Nacho Libre and all these amazing, funny, just awesome movies. But they can make it rain there. And how they do it is they have these big poles that reach up to like the stratosphere, bro. And they're like, okay, now everybody make it rain. And then they hit a button, and these big poles are like little sprinklers up top, and they just shower water onto the set. And that's basically what they did for this Frugal commercial. They had these poles that they set up above us, and then they hit the button, and then bloop, it starts raining. But these raindrops were big, bro. These raindrops were the size of fucking paintballs. I'm not even gonna lie. These raindrops were the size of, bigger than that, golf balls. They weren't massive. They weren't like grapefruit sized raindrops, but they were pretty thick and pretty big. And they made it pour, bro. I was like, is this fucking Hurricane Katrina in the middle of LA, bro, on a fucking rooftop? Like, y'all can tone it down a little bit, to the point where we got soaking wet, but it was some of the most fun I've had on a set. Because this is the first set I've ever been on where they were, like I said, playing God and literally just, they were waterbenders. They were waterbenders, these producers and these directors and everybody that was on that set making it happen. They were playing with the laws of fucking the world, of nature. They were playing with the laws of nature and bending and morphing and twisting it to their command. And they made it rain, baby. Not big bands, not Cash Money, not that stripper shit. They made it rain, actual rain. And so in the scene, we're all dancing, and they were like, I want this to be authentic. The casting director is the one that was telling us how everything went. He's a dude, at least that's what he said, is that he cast everybody. And he's like, and I want this to be authentic, man. I want you guys to be getting down and gritty. He's like, obviously it's Frugal, so keep it PG. Don't be throwing ass on each other. But I want it to be authentic, to look real, be a real party that people want to be a part of. He's like, none of this fake dancing, none of this LA influencer bullshit. He said, none of that. I want you guys to be getting down and dirty and having fun and just enjoying the moment. And bro, it felt like a real goddamn party. We probably filmed like so many scenes of that because they were doing it in 3 different languages. So they had 3 different actors saying the lines in 3 different languages. And so we were there for a while, but it was fun as hell, man. And like I said, we were all so tight-knit and so cool that was kind of the big payoff at the end. Technically, that's when we actually started working. That's what we were hired to do. So you're technically working. You should be in work mode. But it felt like a real party because the energy was there. The vibes were right. Everybody was so cool with each other that it was kind of like the payoff at the end of the night. It was kind of the reward. It felt like we were throwing an actual party in the rain. And it was fun as shit, man. It was fun as shit. And then we all said our goodbyes. They rewarded us with a fuck ton of pizza at the end. They were like, thanks for being a part of this. We'll run you your checks. But until then, enjoy this pizza. They sent us off with pizza. God bless Frugal and God bless everybody behind that shit, man, because it was so much fun. And then I got home and I packed. I packed my bags to go fulfill my minister duties. I went from Floral Father to the Floral Father, messenger of the Lord. And I'll get into that story shortly. You guys know how it happens around here. I got to restart the camera. So let's go ahead and hit a brief intermission, shall we? Mwah. My children of Christ, my brothers and sisters, and they's them of Christ. Welcome back to part 2 of the Frequency podcast. I hope you enjoyed that intermission. I hope you got a nourishing snack, a refreshing beverage, and you're ready to participate again in the Frequency podcast. Sorry about that. But anyways, I leave my extended family over at Frugal, and I get home and I pack, and I hit up my girl. My girl has met my dad, but she's never met, my stepbrother. She's never met my sister. She's never met the extended family, more so on my dad's side or anyone. She's really met my dad and my stepmom, and that's about it. So I was excited to bring her with me to Las Vegas, man. And the reason, like I said, I don't even know if I said this yet, was I was heading on to my stepbrother's wedding. Big day for him, big momentous occasion in his life. And back in March or April, he hit me up and he was like, hey, do you want to be the officiant at my wedding? And I said, what's that? I was like, I don't even know what that means, bro. Can you break it down in layman terms? Because I don't know what that means. And he said, you would be the guy that weds us. You would be basically the pastor, the minister up on the podium, on the stage, whatever, that would legally wed us. And I was like, you trust me with that? Dude, that sounds like a big responsibility. You trust my goofy ass to do that? You taught my goofy ass to do that? And he was like, yes. I can't think of anyone else I want to do it than you. And I said, fuck it, I'm in. I said, fuck it, I'm in because I'm not going to lie. I do this podcast and I'd consider myself pretty good with public speaking, but that was something I knew was going to push me out of my comfort zone. And once I really started thinking about it, I was like, I'm kind of honored that he chose me because this is a big day for him. And this kind of like, this glues me to that big day. Anytime he thinks about his wedding, he gonna think about me. And I'm not trying to sound selfish or conceited, like he shouldn't be thinking about me, but that I'm kind of like, I'm grandfathered into the memory of the wedding now because of that. And I felt honored that he chose me to perform this. So I had to take a class online. And then I had to fill out an application. It's honestly surprisingly easier than it seems to be the officiant at someone's wedding, bro. I thought I was going to have to jump through hoops and go to church and be given a crash course by Father Abraham and many sons or whoever the fuck, bro. But no, dude. Literally, they were like, hey, take a course. You can fail it as many times as you want. But once you pass, you get a certificate and we'll mail you that. And then it's a $50 application fee and then you're in. And I was like, damn, that was kind of easy, bro. And so I passed. I become the officiant officially. I have my certificate. Boom! I'll throw it up right here. The officiant certificate. And it was fire. So I collect all my shit. I straddle up my girl. I say, let's go, baby. And we start driving down to Vegas the next day on the 20th. His wedding's the 21st. And we're driving. And this is blessing number 3, man, is my being the officiant for my brother's big day, man, because that really feels cool. Blessing number 1, let's recall, let's flash forward 20 minutes ago. Blessing number 1 was you guys. Thank you for joining me here at the Frequency Podcast. Blessing number 2 was the blessings of consistent work, of consistent bookings, and of a flow of money that's going to be coming in because of these jobs, and just kind of getting my wallet back to where it was. That's blessing 2. The opportunities that I've been presented in the past month out here in LA, and to know that, I got the powers that be are looking out for your boy. And then blessing number 3 is getting to be the officiant at my brother's wedding. Getting to be the officiant at my brother's wedding, and now having a car to even drive down to Vegas for my brother's wedding, man. It was awesome. So that's blessing number 3. And on the ride down to Vegas, man, I saw a lot of kooky shit. I saw a lot of kooky shit that I usually just kind of zone out when I'm driving to Vegas, because I've done that drive so many times. But this time around, I saw a bunch of weird shit. My girl was noticing it too. Anytime I'd point something out, my girl would be like, that's so random, bro. Like literally, I don't know if it's grown, if a lot has happened in a few years, but I felt like there was a lot of just random art installations in the desert and random religious teachings just sprinkled throughout. And at one point, bro, we saw a UFO. We saw an alien, bro. We all know that aliens are no longer flying saucers. They're not little humanoid species with big buggy eyes and shit. We all know that's not an alien anymore. If you've seen the movie Nope, we know that an alien is a fucking cloud. A cloud that looks a little random and it stays in the same place. Sorry, if you haven't seen the movie, I'm not going to spoil it, but I guess that was kind of a minor spoiler, but I'll just leave it at that. It's just a big cloud that doesn't move. It stays in the same place and it looks a little suspicious, bro. And in Vegas, on our way there, boom, throwing it up. What the fuck is this? What the hell is this right here, bro? You telling me that's not a UFO? You telling me that's not an alien saucer? I've never seen a cloud in this formation, bro. I told my girl, I said, hey, buckle up. She said, I'm already buckled up. I said, good, because we're about to get abducted, shawty. Oh, my girl said, what? I said, we about to get abducted. Look at that thing. Another spoiler. Skip through this part. Another spoiler for Nope. I said, we're going to roll under this cloud and it's going to start dropping quarters and pennies and scrap metal and shit all over us. Because what the fuck is that, bro? So I saw an alien. Yes, officially. Shout out. I'm going to send this fucking photo to Jordan Peele and I'm going to be like, you spoke this into existence. You literally created this. Figure it out. If there's an invasion, figure it out. That's you. You got to deal with that, Mr. Peele. Also, I'm upset that you did not hire me for this movie, because everybody and their mother has texted me, hey, you remind me of a certain character in the movie. You would have been perfect for that role. Oh my God, this character looked just like you. He acted just like you. This character, I thought it was you. Should have been you. Yeah. I've gotten 1,000,001 DMs saying that shit. So also, Mr. Jordan Peele, consider your floral father. Consider your floral minister. Consider your floral reverend for a role in the next big Jordan Peele movie because I'll fucking kill that shit. I'll fucking kill that shit, bro. But anyways, I saw the alien from Nope. He said, what up? As I passed by, he dapped me up. Boom, didn't drop any quarters on me, so that was nice. And then we arrived in Vegas. And it was cool, man. It was cool seeing my dad. You know, I always love my dad. He's a fucking trip. But, like, he's a fucking trip in a good way. My dad, you know, obviously he's my father, but now that I'm a little older and we can really just sit down and talk shit and interact as people, my dad's like one of my best friends, bro. I always have a good laugh hearing the ridiculousness that leaves his mouth. That motherfucker should start a podcast, truly, because he's hilarious. He says nothing but babosada. Where do you think your boy gets it from? Where do you think your boy gets it from? It had to be handed down. It had to be passed down. Some of it was learned, but a lot of it was acquired through genetics, through the babosadas that my dad says, bro. So shout out to my dad. We stayed with him. And then it was awesome seeing my stepmom as well. I got a lot of love for her. But then, like I said, it was my brother's big day. So the rehearsals on the 20th, we go to the rehearsal space and we finally get to see the venue for the wedding and how it's coming along. And it's really coming along. It was a beautiful space. Kind of sketchy area, I'm not going to lie, but the venue itself was beautiful and it was getting decorated and set up beautifully. It was next to the biggest swingers club in the fucking United States, the Green Door over in Las Vegas. You can go in there and watch 5 dudes rail the same woman. And and so, you know, like I said, the location was a little sus, but the wedding and the service itself was beautiful. And the service itself was beautiful because it got put on by yours truly. So we're doing the rehearsal on the 20th, and I'm not going to lie, I start feeling the nerves. I start feeling like, oh, this is a lot of pressure. A lot of responsibility is falling into my lap with this because you don't want to be the person that fucks up someone's wedding, bro. Truly, you don't want to be that guy. You don't want to mess nothing up. You don't want them to look back on the wedding and be like, fuck that motherfucker. I can't believe he did some stupid shit at my wedding. So the wedding day comes, the 21st, and the service starts at 5. The ceremony starts at 5, commences, if you will. And I'm practicing in my room. My girl is like doing some little arts and crafts shit. Damn, my nose itchy as hell, bro. If anyone knows why this happens, it happens quite often. My nose gets itchy as hell. But anyways, that's not the moral of the story. My girl's practicing her beautiful arts and she's expressing herself artistically. And I'm there practicing my script. And I'm practicing in so many ways. I have like a lively, fun way, and I have this over-the-top way and all this crazy shit. And my girl will stop me dead in my tracks. Ruthless. This woman is ruthless. She'll be like, no, don't say it like that. Please, literally anything else. Don't fucking do that. That's A, cringe. 2, embarrassing. 3, you're making it about you. 4, that's over the top. 5, no, you're gonna ruin the wedding. Are you serious? That's one. Are you serious? You can't read it like that. I'm hearing everything under the sun. And she said, just read it. Clear, concise, and thoughtful. You know, just fucking read the script and don't do anything stupid. And so I was like, fine. And so then we get in the car. We're running late. We get in the car. My stepmom's driving us there on some fucking Tokyo Drift Need for Speed shit, bro. Because like I said, we're running late. We're supposed to be there at 4. We left at like 4:10. Boom! She's blasting off, bro. She's running red lights. She don't even know what a stop sign is, bro. She's blasting right through stop signs. She don't give a fuck, bro. She don't give a fuck. She would have had 5 stars in GTA just off her driving alone, bro. I'm kidding. It wasn't that exaggerated, but she was, she was a woman on a mission. She was a woman on a mission. She needed to get us there ASAP. So, phew, we get to the service, and then the nerves really start hitting, Everybody was asking me like, "Oh, minister, are you nervous? Are you nervous? Are you feeling nervous?" And I kept, brushing it off. I was like, man, I was born to do this. I'm a public speaker. I run a podcast. I don't get nervous. But deep down inside, fake it till you make it. Your boy had some nerves, a little bit, because this is big, man. And so then I was telling my parents on the way there, the biggest thing I'm worried about is, and I don't even want to admit this because I don't want y'all to think your boy is soft. I don't think your boy's a soft serve ice cream, bro. That ain't me. We keep it hood around here. We keep it real. We keep it fucking hard as shit. But once I tell you this, I'm going to have to kill y'all because you know too much. But your boy's a big crier. Your boy cries. I cried at the end of Titanic. I cried at the end of Wall-E. I cried at the last wedding I went to, and I barely even knew the couple. I cried. I cry at funerals. That's really what I should be hired for, is because you know how you see a person crying and then you start crying, it makes you cry. It's kind of like when you yawn. It's contagious. I yawn, and if there was someone here, they would have yawned too. Yawning is contagious, and so is crying, bro. Nobody likes to see someone cry because then you get sad and you start crying. And I knew I was like, bro, I'm going to fucking cry at this wedding. And if I'm crying too much, and I ugly cry, bro, I'm like, like fucking babies, how they cry, and they're like, with their lower lip. They cry like that, bro. That's how I cry. And so I was worried that I was going to start crying and get too emotional and not be able to power through the service and the script. And it would just be awkward for a while. And they'd be like, okay, let's, you're ruining my wedding. Let's speed it up. And I expressed that sentiment to my mom, my stepdad, to my mom and my stepdad, to my dad and my stepmom, and my girl, man. And they were like, you're going to do fine. Don't cry. Just take deep breaths. My dad kept telling me, take deep breaths, take deep breaths. So flash forward. The service is actually starting. I'm up at my minister spot, and I see my stepbrother come down. This motherfucker's such a clown, bro. He's so funny. He came out to Darth Vader's theme, the bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. He came out to that shit, bro, like he was the Sith Lord, like he was the ultimate villain of our generation, bro, like he was emperor of the universe. He came out to that, and then he stands right there. I gave him a fist bump. It was cool to see him. And then everyone else starts coming out, all the bridesmaids, all the groomsmen, everybody. And then of course the bride comes out last, man. And when the bride comes out last, she's coming out to the most fucking soft, simpery song I've ever heard in my life. I don't even know what it is, but this shit is such a sad ballad that I was like, oh my God, here it comes, bro. I can feel the waterworks forming in the back of my eyes, bro. The well is filling. The well is filling. It's about to overflow. Here comes the rain straight out of my eyeballs, you know? And I'm like, well, don't look directly at her. Take deep breaths. Remember with my dad, I hear his voice in the back of my head. Take deep breaths. Just take deep breaths, son. It's going to be okay. Just take some deep breaths. So I'm there. Trying not to cry, bro. I'm like SpongeBob when he's at Sandy's house trying to fight the urge to get water, to even need water. That's me, bro. And then I'm like, don't look at the bride as she walks down. I look at the bridesmaids. They're all fucking crying. That's not helping. I look at Julian, my stepbrother. This motherfucker's crying. Of course, you see your beautiful bride coming down the aisle. Of course you're going to cry, bro. This motherfucker's crying. I'm like, I can't look anywhere, bro. So I'm looking directly at the floor. I don't want to have my head down looking at the floor because that seems, like disrespectful. So I got my head straight, but my eyes glued to the floor. I'm like, and I'm just taking deep breaths, bro. I'm practicing breath work. I'm borderline meditating in the middle of this ceremony because I don't want to cry. But of course, the bride gets down. I see Julian wipe a tear from his eye, and I let out one lone thug tear, bro. Just one lone thug tear just dripped from the crevice of my fucking eye holes. And then I wiped that tear away, and the ceremony commenced, bro. And I'm reading the script. I'm doing fine. I'm reading clear, concise, beautifully. And every now and then, I'm reading off a script. It's like fucking Joe Biden reading off a teleprompter, bro, because he has no idea what the fuck's going on. I don't want to get political, but you think he even knows he's existing up there? This man is a fucking AI. He's an NPC at this point. So I was like Biden reading off a teleprompter, my G. And every now and then I would look up to welcome the crowd, to look at the crowd, to look at, Julian and his wife, Patty. I would look at them and to just kind of take in the moment because it felt surreal that I was sitting there and actually wedding the two of them, because I've known these motherfuckers for so long, especially Julian. That's my stepbro. He came into my life when he was 8 years old, man. And he was the stepbrother I never wanted, the brother I never wanted, but I'm so grateful I got, because that's my fucking boy now. I love this kid to death. I consider him real family, We may not be blood, but that kid's fucking family to me. And so I watched this kid grow up, man. And as a stepbrother, I was so excited. Once I finally took it in and I was like, whatever, I have a brother now. I was like, wait, I get to be an older brother. This kid, he's in his developmental years. He's about to hit high school. He's about to hit puberty. I was like, I want to take this kid out. I want to show him how to talk to girls. I want to show him how to, become a Casanova, a young playboy. And the first girl he fell in love with, he said, you know what, Esteban, I don't need your teachings. I don't need your master class on how to be a playboy or how to be a Casanova, how to pull some mommies. He said, I don't need that because I found the one. And I was like, what? Oh, what a fucking scam, bro. I didn't even get to live out any of my brotherly duties. What the fuck? And I was like, whatever, I'll give it a year or two. And 7 years later, he's marrying that girl because I've never seen someone be so in love. My boy Julian truly is head over heels for this woman. And at a certain point, I was like, damn, man, I'm happy for him. I am eternally happy for him. Although I did not get to live out my big brotherly duties, I still got to live out some brotherly duties, and it's just fucking awesome. I'm so happy for him, and I'm so happy for Patty, man. People say at a wedding that like the bride or the grooms, whoever your relative is marrying becomes family. That's when you guys officially become family. But the wedding happened, and I didn't look at Patty as family in that moment because she was family way before that, man. Like, she's been around for 7 years. She's been a part of my family for a long time. Every time I saw my stepbrother, she was around. So it's like we welcomed her in such a long time ago that the wedding just kind of solidified it legally, but she was family far before that, and I'm happy for the two of them. I wish them the best. But I wish him, the classic shit that people say. I wish you a long lifetime of love and happiness and good times. And I do. But I was wedding the two of them and just taking in the moment. And bro, I almost cried like 15 times during this fucking service. But I powered through. I would say I executed pretty flawlessly. And then at the end, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Wait, I missed the best part. By the power vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride. And then boom, they start throwing lenguetazos in front of everybody. They're making out. And I was like, all right, kids, relax, bro. This shit went from PG to rated XXX real quick. You guys are escalating quickly. And they made out and they left. And I went back to my seat where I was with my family, and part of me changed. I felt like I was united. I felt like somebody broke off a piece of the Lord and they threw it down to earth, and that piece of the Lord was me, because I am now officially a minister. I can now officially wed people, and everybody was like, yo, you were kind of good at that. You should make that a side hustle. These motherfuckers make a lot of money. So I'm throwing it out there. If you need a minister, if you need a reverend for your wedding, if you need someone to, I don't know, dictate your funeral, to do bar mitzvahs, I'll pull up with my yarmulke. Hello, shalom, everything. I'll grow out the curls. I'll do whatever you need me to do, baby, for the right price. Hire me for weddings, bar mitzvahs, funerals. What else is there? Anything that a minister would be at, bro. Anything that a minister would be at. Hit your boy up, because that was a lot of fun, man. And like I said, it was an honor to be a big part of their special night. And it was just so much fun being with my family, with all his friends, bro. My brother's young. He's a young, and he's 21 or 22. So, of course, all his friends are his age, man. So it's like the after party, when the DJ's throwing down at the end and everyone's dancing and having a good time and drinking and shit. It felt like a real fucking party, bro. At least a party that I would go to, because they're in my age range. They're in my demographic. They know how that shit goes down. So that party got lit. Everybody was sauce. Motherfuckers were on the dance floor throwing ass and jumping around and raving, shuffling, jerking, whatever it was, where everybody was dancing, having a good time. And even my girl, she's a youngin'. My dad just found out how old my girl was. He called me a motherfucking cradle robber. But I've heard it all. I've heard it all already. I love my minor. I'm kidding, bro. For legal purposes, my girl is not a minor. She's 20. She's 20 years old. And I love her to death, but even she was like, yo, this shit's lit because it's a bunch of 20-year-olds. Like, it's a bunch of people my age. It's a bunch of people your age. I was the oldest motherfucker there. I felt old as sin, my 25-year-old ass, bro. But it was such a fun wedding, and I'm glad I did it. So that was blessing number 3. And when I was driving back, my girl was on her iPad, and I was just taking in the scenery, coming back from LA, or coming back from Las Vegas back to Los Angeles. And I was just taking in the scenery again, just kind of taking in the weekend I had, I shot with Frugal, coming off the recent booking of Black and Mild. is like I just booked 2 pretty big jobs, and then I went to Vegas, and I felt the love and the warmth and just, you know, that good feeling you get when you're surrounded by loved ones and family. And then I got to wed my brother, my stepbrother. Like that's such a big, I don't know, man. I'm still not over it. That was such a big blessing. And then, you know, I got to introduce my girl to my extended family, my family, and it felt like everything was lining up for me, you know? On the way home, like I said, I was looking out the windows and just kind of taking in the moment of just being grateful to be alive. And it was funny how quick shit changed from the last month or 2 that I had, where it really, like, the trials of treachery, bro. It was treacherous to now. It just, the evolution and just, you know, never give up hope, you know? That's life, man. That's life. That's life. That's what all the people say, as a wise prophet once told us, Mr. Frank Sinatra. That's life, man. You have your ups and downs. You're riding high in April. You're shot down in May. That's word for word what happened to me. I was riding high in April, shot down in May. That was me, man. But now it just felt good to be back on top, to be going through and experiencing all these wonderful things that life has to offer, and to just, you know, I don't even know how to put it into words, but I'm so grateful and so thankful. And I want to express this sentiment to some of you guys, that if you're going through something, or life may not be feeling very cash money, just remember that's life, and it's all about the mindset you bring to it. It's so easy. And I was just in this rut, and I was just in this mindset to get down and feel shitty and not want to do anything, not have the motivation to endure the hardships. But if you just stick it out and you continue to have a positive attitude, positive mindset, and fall back on the people you know love you, fall back on the things you love to do, and just remember that this too shall pass, man, the blessings come in abundance, the opportunities come in abundance. And I hope to encourage some of you to just stick it out, man, because life truly is a beautiful gift. Being present is a present. That's so corny, but being present on this earth truly is a present. And just, man, you know, this is a podcast about self-improvement and bettering yourself, and that all starts up here, what you're packing in the good old noggin, bro. And just focus on your mental health, man. I really let my mental health deteriorate and my mindset deteriorate in the past couple months, and it's so good. I think, you know, obviously starting this podcast helped, but starting this podcast helped. Seeing my loved ones helped. Doing stuff I love and booking commercials and you know, making money when I was in a position where money was beginning to get tight, and I was kind of worried. You know, everything just kind of all hit at the same time, and it's obviously it's a big release of dopamine and serotonin and all that shit. But with or without that, I'm still happy to be here, going through the experiences, learning and experiencing new things, like being a father, being a minister, a reverend, if you will. And I'm just happy to be alive. 25 and I'm happy to be alive. Y'all remember that little rap I had in the 25th episode, or my birthday episode where I was turning 25? I'm 25 and I'm happy to be alive, man. And I've accomplished and done so much in my life in the 25 years and the quarter that I've been here. And I, you know, to many more, to more life, as Drake would say. It really is a beautiful thing that we're experiencing. And I want all of you guys to just really sit back and realize that. Take that in, that it is a beautiful thing we're experiencing here, this gift of life. So as always, guys, those are my little nuggets at the end, and that's kind of where my life's at. And thank you for tuning in to another episode of La Frequencia podcast. It is so thrilling, and I'm overjoyed to be putting these things on for you guys. As always, I love each and every single one of you. Stay blessed, stay happy. I'm sending love and positive energy your way to each and every single one of you. Mwah. Goodbye, Guten Tag. I don't even know what Guten Tag means, but for this instant, it means goodbye. I love you. I see you soon. Until next week. Mwah. That's life. That's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April.